Today is for that vengeful sign. Today is for that mysterious sign, the intense sign, the secretive sign. Today's for y'all. And y'all know who I'm talking to. Scorpions to the front, please. Scorpios to the front. To the front right now. Hi, my name is Destiny Inez, and this is another part of my series, Let's Learn About Astrology. And this part is going to be centered around Scorpios. So y'all know I always got to start with the stereotypical things that people have put these people in the box of. And then I sit up here and tell y'all the real tea. So let me just give y'all the real tea for real. So Scorpios is a fixed water sign that is ruled by, co-ruled by Mars and ruled by Pluto as well. So this sign is the sign of transformation, rebirth, death, all that good stuff. Now, with that being said, they are stubborn individuals and they can get really stuck in their ways, but I digress to the fact that they go through a lot in their lifetimes, and this is any Scorpio placement in general. So being that they are the sign of death and rebirth, they have a lot of death and rebirths within themselves, within their personalities, within their lives. These are also very, very money hungry individuals. Not to say they're like gold diggers or anything. No, they're just like very focused on making money a lot of times, and a lot of times money just comes to them naturally. They naturally just attract money in their lives. Now, people do say that they're mysterious and secretive, and I can agree to a certain degree, but I feel like if you actually try to understand a Scorpio, they will open up to you. But a lot of times people are too intimidated by them to actually get to know them, so they just write them off as something they're not. A lot of the times they like to just assume instead of trying to get to know them. And I have seen this with a lot of people, like a lot of Scorpios around me. Now, if I do say so myself, these are some of the most diabolical individuals in life. And what I mean by that is that they don't play about themselves. Like, that's one thing. They're always going to put themselves first. They're always going to prioritize their well-being over anybody else's. Now, if they really mess with you, they will prioritize you as well. But if you mess with them, they gonna get you. And like, I'm not even trying to be funny or like make it seem like, oh, you should be scared, but they will go to the ends of the earth just to make sure that you felt what they felt in any point of time, at any point of time. And that's good or bad. These signs also have a tendency to be very self-destructive in a way. And the reason why they're like that is because in their mind, nothing lasts. Like, in their mind, they're always having to reinvent and transform or create something new. So in their mind, it doesn't last. No matter what they do, where they go, who they're interacting with, it doesn't last. So they're going to do what they want to do. And if in that moment they want to cheat, they're going to cheat. But this is another thing on top of that. They're very obsessive in relationships and very like, they want you to themselves. Like, I don't know how to explain it. It's like on some crazy stuff, y'all, like for real. But they'll probably be doing what they want to 9 times out of 10. And that's the crazy part about it. Like, them being so obsessed and them being so addicted to you may make you believe that they will be loyal or be faithful, but 9 times out of 10 they're not. And I'm not talking about healed Scorpios, because some healed Scorpios, they are loyal and they will focus on only one person, and some of them don't like to be, thotty bodies. But being that Scorpio does rule the genitalia, they do have a tendency to lead with that. They will lead with the fact that they are mysterious and sexy. Like, they will lead with that because that helps them get further sometimes, like, and that's okay. Now, I don't feel like people really understand Scorpios for real, but a lot of things, like a lot of people don't clock the fact that Scorpios are actually very calculated and very smart. It just doesn't manifest itself in a lot of ways that other signs didn't manifest for other signs. And like I just said, Scorpios are very stuck in their ways. So if they've been doing something one way for a long time and it's worked for them up until then, you cannot expect them just to change because you're calling them out. They have a tendency to be okay with being a villain. They have a tendency to be okay with destroying people's lives. They have a tendency to be okay with those type of things because in their mind it's like, well, when it was me, nobody gave a fuck. You feel me? That's why, and this is like so random, but that's why a Scorpio and Gemini could not match up, because they're both tit for tat signs and both of them be doing stuff. So it's just gonna get more and more toxic as it grows. You feel me? Like I said, this is a very promiscuous sign, you could say. Now, all of them aren't necessarily promiscuous, but most of them are, and they don't care. Like, in their mind, it's a way for them to release. In their mind, it's healing. In their mind, it's an escape. If you can say that, you know, it's like that for them. These people do have a tendency to have seasons of depression, seasons of just like horrible stuff happening, everything going downhill. Even some of them have said that every single friend or relationship that they have always ends up in betrayal, whether that's from the mom, whether that's from the dad. Most of them, another thing, most of them have horrible relationship with their fathers. I'm not sure why that is, but every single Scorpio I have met has not had a good relationship with their fathers. Actually, the basis of why they are the way they are, actually. So now, please don't get me wrong when I say that they can be cheaters or liars or whatever, creep around. But if they do decide that they want to be loyal to you, they're going to be loyal to you. Now, comma, it depends on what they think is loyal, because sometimes they can think being loyal is just not having sex with somebody. Sometimes they can think being loyal is just not giving people certain time of day, I guess. But most times they will find a loophole for them to do whatever they want to do anyways. Now, Scorpio isn't all bad. Don't get me wrong. They have great traits. They can be very caring individual, very nurturing. They're literally fucking psychics, actually. They know a lot. They have a keen sense to be able to sniff out if people are good or not, quote unquote. And they're good friends at times. They're good friends at times. But being that they do have problems with self-harm, whether that's self-destruction or abusing themselves through sexual things, or even because sometimes they have substance abuse issues, even then, that's the only thing you could really say that they were like bad in, you know what I mean? Like, that's what makes them a worse friend, because they will put themselves or those things above you in those friendships, in those relationships. That is why I said it depends on what they consider to be loyal, if they're gonna be loyal or not. Also, these are very, very, very funny individuals, and I don't know if it's just me who feels like this, because I have noticed that my dynamic with Scorpios is a lot different than other people's dynamic with Scorpios. But as far as my dynamic, we really bounce jokes off of each other, and it's just like hilarious. Like, I don't know, we be dying laughing. But yeah, that's my take on Scorpios. Hate it, like it, whatever you want to say. That's the real. That's the real.